I want to touch on this one first. I saw another tweet that actually said that dude Dennis was saying, which the tweet got deleted. I don't know if it came from him himself, but more than likely it didn't. It came from one of these clip pages, as you all know. So this one from Scuba Ryan though. But dude Dennis was saying, or at least it said on the caption, that since Kai's departure, I don't want to say departure, since he has moved away from streaming, at least for now, taking a hiatus and focusing on his mental health, reading, becoming a better reader, and his clothing line. He was saying that AMP as a whole, like they lost like 700,000. I said, I don't know how true that is. Again, I ain't pocket watch, I ain't in nobody's finances, but people were commenting on that. But this one also popped up, and the caption says, and we'll see, because again, we sometimes we can't go off the caption because they just be lying for fun. But the caption does say that Fanum keeps real with the chat after he said he looks drained and saying he can't complain with his life and is blessed to be in the position that he is. And saying, quote, don't let these streamers lie to y'all. My worst day is somebody's best day on earth. Now, for what we know, shout out to Fanum, because again, I feel like he's one of the more down to earth people in AMP. But Fanum has definitely been through his episodes of like mental health issues. Like I remember the time he went back to DR. He's had his hiatuses for sure. Obviously, like, you know, man, need to focus on his health. Like he be doing mukbangs and stuff. Like he knows what he needs to do, but a lot of times he just does not take like his mental health and physical health seriously. So Fanum, I hope that, like I said, I'm not following you day by day, but from what I've seen, like we need to make some changes. So I mean, this quote, if he said, I mean, it is true. But still, that doesn't deter from the fact that Fanum and other people like you, streamers, content creators, need to really start reevaluating, especially the ones that have already quote unquote made it. Y'all need to really start reevaluating your life, what you want your content to be, what you want for your legacy. Because again, a lot of y'all are just burning yourselves out. I remember when TBH and Fanum went to the Metal Gear Solid event. He disclosed to me that like Fanum and him were having some conversations, and like Fanum had his crew there, and like my man just does not sit down, bro. Like he just and I'm sure a lot of content creators feel like this. They feel like if they're not making content, they're like worthless, and people, their fans and other people will forget them. So they're just constantly making content. So when Fanum was there, he was making content. He had his camera crew with them, and it's like, bro, you don't need to always be in character. You don't always need to be making content, bro. You don't always need to be making content. It says you got a new game PC. You think about starting to stream any advice? Oh man, one of those. I'll answer that one in a second. But let's. I want to look at this clip, and then I will provide more context.
That's why you sound drained. I am drained, bro. What, gang? Every day I gotta wake up, gang, and fucking, I don't even know, nigga. Nah, I'm bullshitting, bro. I can't complain, my nigga. How can I complain, bro? Don't let these streamer niggas lie to y'all niggas, bro. My worst day is somebody's best day on earth, gang. Nigga, what the fuck? Don't worry about that shit, gang. Don't worry about that shit, bro. Like, these streamer niggas is so pussy. You're so fucking annoying. Niggas be depressed. Shut the fuck up, nigga.
Okay, so we're getting into the bag of like, man, they just be so depressed, so sad. I mean, yeah, I agree. And again, this goes back to the point, not just about Fanum, but for content creators, period. A lot of them again are having severe mental issues. They are literally depressed. And I mean, Fanum just said here, he's drained. He may not be depressed now, but he's not going to sit up here and say that he hasn't had, again, bad days to the point where he had to take a break. He had to go somewhere else. But literally draining yourself physically takes a huge toll on your mental health as well. And I feel like a lot of people don't correlate the two. But if you're physically drained, bro, how do you how do you think that your brain is going to function properly, right? Like, so I don't think that people really take that seriously. Like, I even got to a point where I was gaining weight. I'm not feeling like myself. So I was in the gym 2015 when I first moved down here to Florida. And when I met my wife and started having kids, like I essentially abandoned my physical regimen. And again, throughout the years, you get the dad bod and whatnot. And again, I wasn't feeling like myself. So I had to make a change. I'm older and my metabolism is shot. It ain't like it was before. So I can't just lose weight or just not gain weight like that. Like I was legit gaining weight. So I'm back in the gym. I had to seriously switch on my diet. So now I feel a little bit better, but I'm still not where I need to be. But I had to seriously focus on my physical health. Because again, that stuff ends up weighing on your mental health. So, um, I feel like here, Fanum is kind of like, because you start talking about the streamers and them being pussy and don't let them lie to you. I feel like this is a bit of projection, and he's just trying to like still like raw raw. I'm their tough guy. Like, yeah, man, my worst day is somebody's best day, but that still doesn't deter from the fact that all right, man, you having bad days. I'm not saying that 'cause we're all human. I'm not saying that we can't have bad days. Everybody has bad days. Everybody has bad days. Not everybody can wake up and have a good day every single time and be happy. But if you start off this clip saying, "Yeah, man, I'm drained," I I think that there are legit some people who follow you who care about you. And if you're drained to the point where you're not giving your all, then how do you expect to still keep this up? How do you still expect to give the people your best self every time that you stream or every time that you make content? You gotta learn how to properly space out your days, space out your weeks. You don't have to be on stream all the time. You don't have to be every time that you go out, think, I gotta make content, I gotta make content every single time that you're out. You can just relax, take some time, take some days. You don't have to stream for again, I don't know how long that fandom generally streams on average, but just in general, you don't have to stream for 8, 10, 12 hours a day. I don't know how this became a thing. I don't know how this whole IRL stuff became such to a point where like we're literally just watching y'all live. Like it's ridiculous at this point. I'm not saying that it's not cool sometimes to give your fans some insight on like your day to day, but y'all feel like y'all just always need to perform when y'all are out. And like I said, there have been some really dumb things that y'all have done being IRL, bro. Really dumb things. But again, everybody feel they need to perform. Everybody wants the clips. Everybody wants a clip farm. Everybody wants to be on these clip pages. And the game is just so different from when I first started. It's so different, bro. Y'all having streamathons, y'all streaming for 8, 10, 12 hours a day, bro. Literally draining yourself, bro, draining yourself. I already don't get enough sleep, so I can imagine I couldn't imagine streaming 8, 10, 12 hours a day, bro, and still trying to get some sleep, some decent sleep. I gotta sacrifice some sleep because the only time that I can stream and make content is when the kids are in bed, bro. So outside of now, because I'm unemployed, that's why I'm streaming right now, and I have that time to stream a little bit longer. Like it's I mean, you do gotta take some sacrifices, but again, when you get to that point where you're comfortable, you don't have to keep this up, bro. Like this rat race is not for you anymore. Or it shouldn't be for you. You need to change your mindset. So I don't know if everybody feels like this. I don't know if Phantom feels like this specifically, but I do know that there are some people that legit feel like that, and they're already at the top, bro. They're already at the top. And I've said it before. Like, why are y'all continuing to be in this race, bro? Who you racing against? Like, you've already made it, bro. Like, your goal should not be to be number one again. Like, if you were there or to be number one, period. Like, bro, just leave that to the people who are already up there, bro. Just let them do them. But you already made it, bro. So, what is your end goal? That's what I always wonder. What is your end goal? But you don't need to ignore the people that actually legit care about you, bro. Like, take care of yourself first. Fuck everybody else. Yeah, they got you to where you are now, but forget them, bro. Forget them. Sorry, you're too a fan of him from the Bronx. He probably grew up. I get it. I understand, man. I understand. I didn't grow up I didn't grow up in the ghetto. I didn't grow up in poverty, but my mom was definitely, we were lower class. We were lower class. So my mom, for as far as I knew, she worked two jobs, bro. She worked two jobs. So to provide, but she never made it seem like, we were starving. I made sure that there was food on the table at the end of the day and a place to sleep. So she did what she could to provide for both of us. So I get it from that standpoint. I ain't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. I ain't grow up with two parents, two different incomes. So I do understand that. And that's, in my opinion, for the people who may still feel like that, and when you already made it, they're like, I still gotta keep it up because I don't want to get back to that point. Again, I totally understand. I totally understand. But that's some PTSD stuff that you need to, if you're still thinking like that, then I think that some therapy might be needed. I seriously think that some therapy might be needed. Because why are you still doing this, bro? Like, again, you have to start thinking about like what your goals are in life. Your goal should not be to continue doing what you're doing so that you're not broke anymore. That's my opinion. I don't think that should be truly what your goal should be, to just keep doing what I'm doing and keep making money so that I'm not broke anymore. Start thinking about investing, start thinking about putting your money in different places so that you don't have to drain yourself continuing doing what you're doing, because it's not going to help you at the end of the day, bro. These dudes are young and I want them to continue to prosper. And that's why I know that Kai got all this shit and people thought that he was being performative doing what he was doing. But I think at the point where Kai was, especially after that last Mafia-thon, I think he's done everything that he's wanted to do, streaming wise, content creation wise. And you know what? He said, I'm going to do what I've been wanting to do for a while, and that's make clothes, make a clothing brand. So Kai has understood that, hey, I've done everything, bro. I've done everything. Why continue to drain myself doing something that I may not be as passionate about anymore? And I want to do something that I'm actually passionate about. He is successfully, well, I wouldn't say successfully. We'll see how his clothing brand goes, but he has gotten to a point where, like, hey, man, I can pivot and I'll be good, bro. I don't need to keep this up right now. I don't need to keep this up right now. So I think that the rest of AMP and other content creators who are in that top 5, 10% need to start thinking about that seriously. Like, a lot of people would kill to be in your shoes. A lot of people would kill to be in your shoes. So I've always wondered, like, why are they still doing this, bro? Like, aren't you bored? Like, do you not have anything that else that you really, really want to do? And I think it's another thing, like, not even on some like I'm gonna make money type stuff, but start thinking about like other hobbies that you are interested in that are not just content creation. Say goals should definitely change you evolve, sympathize with the hustle though. Yeah, I understand that. And like I said, I totally agree with y'all. I totally agree with y'all that the hustle culture, bro. Like, I understand, man. Just you gotta keep going, keep going, keep going. I don't never want to be broke again. I don't never want to be broke again. I want to make sure that I'm good and that my family's good. I totally understand, especially being a person of color. Cause it's 10 times harder for us. So to get with a point where Fanum and them AMP boys are, it's a blessing. It is a blessing. Like I said, a lot of people will kill to be in that position. I would love to not go back to the corporate world. But I understand where I'm at right now, and I understand that this content creation stuff was not paying the bills. So guess what? I gotta go to work. you know, I gotta go to work. So not that making money, get more views, or threat to the mental. Yeah, exactly, man. So talk to myself. Yeah, let's say it. But I agree with y'all though. I agree with y'all in the chat. I get it, bro. Especially for black people, bro. Especially for people of color, man. We never want to go back to that. And yeah, NBA, man, never broke again, man. Never broke again.
Shut the fuck up, bro. Niggas wish they could live this life, nigga. Like, there's good depressions. You get what I'm saying? You know when niggas be like, would you rather cry on a bus or cry on a Ferrari? Nigga, I want to cry on a Ferrari, nigga. The fuck?
The way the Phantom explains stuff is hilarious, bro. But that's it. But yeah, I mean, we didn't really get anything else from there. I don't like him projecting onto other streamers. Um, but other than that, man, I mean, I understand his sentiment. I understand his sentiment. But Phantom, please, seriously, bro, if you see this, um, Cause I know that you told TBH that like, man, you ain't really got no OGs, no mentors, bro. Please tap in with TBH or tap in with somebody else, bro, who's is older and like can really guide you because it seems like AMP truly needs some guidance, bro. They need some guidance. I feel like Agent understands more than everybody else. I think he may be the oldest, if I'm not mistaken, out of AMP. But, um, but like y'all still young, bro. Y'all still young. And I mean, shout out to Kai. Like Kai has so many connects now. So I'm sure at some point he's spoken to somebody, if not LeBron, Kevin Hart, Drewski, like all them guys. And they probably had some conversations with him. I don't know if he particularly had his conversation with AMP specifically. I know he spoke to Chris. Um, but for him to be like, hey, like I'm done with this for now and just like, hey man, I want to do something I'm passionate about. Like I said, that takes a lot of balls, man. It takes a lot of guts. And I'm sure that Kai has buku money that again he can survive, bro. He doesn't need to turn on the stream tomorrow because he has the fear that he's gonna be broke. Like he's good. So I'm hoping that he didn't just blow all his money. I'm hoping that he didn't. And it seemed like he didn't, because again, anybody else would just be like, hey, I gotta go back to the stream, bro. I gotta go back to the stream. I gotta make this money. Bro, these dudes are making like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 50K a day every time they turn on the stream, bro. That's a blessing. That's more than people make a year. I don't think y'all understand that, bro. It's more than people make a year. They're making it in a day. In a day. In a day. So yeah, I agree with Fanum when he's like, man, these niggas be depressed, man. Don't let them lie to you because their worst day is somebody's best day. Yeah, I get it, but depression is depression. He's talking about it's good depression. There's no such thing as good depression. Like depression is depression, bro. Nobody wants to be depressed. I get his analogy. Would you rather cry on the bus or cry in a Ferrari? Yeah. People want to cry in a Ferrari. You rather cry in a Ferrari. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. But again, you work on yourself. Work on yourself first. Forget everybody else. Stop being in this mindset that if I don't continue to keep this up, especially in the pace that you're keeping this up, then you're going to be broke or you're going to like you don't need to think like that. I get it. Every day there's somebody new who's popping up and is going to be more popular than you. They're going to, essentially take your spot. But if you still keep up with doing what you're doing, and again, find something that you're passionate about, find something that you can invest in so that you don't have to worry about that, then you'll be all right. You can drop off the face of the earth. You can fall back. And if your goal is to be wealthy and not famous, being always in the spotlight, then you'll be set up for success. But if your goal is to always remain relevant and famous, you're going to burn out, bro. You're going to burn out or worse. So, again, to all the content creators out there, whether it's big or small, focus on yourself first. We made this joke years ago about touching grass, but y'all need to touch grass for a longer period of time, not just for a couple of hours. Take days if you need to. Stop streaming for 8, 10, 12 hours a day. Stop always feeling like if you go outside that you have to be recording, you have to live stream. You don't need to do that, especially the people that have already made it. Those are people who I really, really am like, oh, why do y'all continue to do this, bro? Why do y'all continue to do this? So again, shout out to you, Fanum. I haven't met you in real life, but from what I heard, man, you're a real stand-up guy. You met TBH, you met 3MG back in the day. Like they all speak highly of you. So Fanum was one of my favorite people in AMP. But we don't need this talk necessarily because again, we've seen you in your depression mode, and we've seen you be burnt out before. So to project that on other people, like, man, these are streaming thing, bro. They put they pussy because they be saying they depressed all the time. Like, that's not helping anybody, bro. It's not helping anybody. So is that majority always speaking of how they dislike what they streaming because they don't know the real struggle. So following people like that, we keep it. Yeah, let's say I've done more stuff. It takes years to do it. Yeah, exactly. In such a short time, message minutes. Yeah. So yeah, so that's that on that. But again, shout out to Fanum, shout out to all the other content creators. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. I ain't never gonna crap on y'all. Say, man, y'all pussy, man. Y'all too sad because y'all talking about y'all being depressed. I mean, I feel like it is important to at least like be as transparent as possible with your audience. But at the same time, if you're constantly in that flow state that you're depressed and burnt out, then take a break, bro. take a break, reevaluate what your day to day looks like. And if your goal is to just not be broke, then let's focus on investing your money into other streams so that you can continue to make that. And you don't have to always go live or always make a video in order to keep that income going, keep that flow going. So